What do you need to know to move to Costa Rica? My name is Patrick Jager alongside of Aaron Bailey. And today we're talking about what do people do to move here? How do they figure out how to move here? I know it's a random topic and I might not have phrased that right, but you know, not everybody does the same type of research or the same type of path on figuring out how to move here. Aaron, answer the question. What do people do?
Some people just move. I was chatting with a woman from Canada who had never been to Costa Rica, hopped in her car with her boyfriend and two dogs, and drove to Costa Rica, sight unseen. And when she got here, her boyfriend broke up with her and moved home. She's still here, loving life. It worked for her, but I could not do that. That's insane.
That's insane. First of all, the idea of driving here,
Yeah.
that's a whole nother video, and I see so many ways that could go so horribly wrong. But wow,
Yes. Yeah.
wow. Okay, and there are those that do the same thing by they come and they spend a week and they're tourists, and then they go, well, I can move there now. I know I've seen it.
Right. Right. Yeah. In many ways, that's sort of what I did. It's come here for vacation. Think moving here is going to be vacation. So you just, buy a house like I did. I've talked about in other videos. Don't do that either. Don't do that.
No.
Let's talk about ways which people should do their research. How should they explore Costa Rica before actually making the decision, Patrick?
I love this topic so much. This is so important. Now, I was a little overly OCD.
Really?
Who knew?
Huh.
For those of you that haven't heard the story before, I kind of zero targeted. We knew the priority for us was health. My spouse had cancer, so I wanted to be near a cancer center. And so I geo-targeted 2 hours from there. And then I just slowly started to narrow down and I explored different areas and I came at different trips and really explored. That's a little too far, maybe the other direction for most people. But there are a lot of options that are in this country. Yes, you can do online research and you can, read the blogs and join expats, the expat
Facebook
blogs
groups.
or Facebook groups. But at some point in time, you need to come and actually boots on the ground research. And that's really what we're talking about. How you find your written research, we'll talk about that in, like we said, blogs and Facebook, but on the ground research, coming down and exploring. What are the most common ways people do that? Aaron, you start.
The first one that I've seen quite a few of them is seminars. Most of them are like a week long. You fly in, you sit in a hotel ballroom, likely in San Jose, Escazú, with, 20, 30, 40 other people who are considering moving to Costa Rica in a ballroom. And they parade in front of you experts of people who can tell you all about immigration and buying a house and all schools and all the things that you want to learn about. To me, that just doesn't sound fun.
Well, to be fair, it's a week, but they also then put you in a bus all together and you go and you tour things and you sightsee. But it's you and, to your point, 40 people that are together in a ballroom and then in a bus.
Yeah, why? This is Costa Rica. Get out there, explore.
Yeah.
I wouldn't personally want that. It might be for some people, but not for me.
Yeah, to me, it kind of is like a timeshare thing where you go and you hear the pitch. Like I don't want to hear the pitch. The opposite of that is there are a lot of people that will do custom tours. And they are like, hi, I'm the custom tour in Guanacaste, or I'm the custom tour in Osa, or I'm the custom tour in Nicoya. And I will set up a custom tour. Well, it's just basically the localized version
Hmm.
of that other thing. It's like they're going to bring you to the same places they bring everyone because they have deals with those people, and we're poo-pooing it. Not that we know it's not like we've taken these tours, so
Yeah.
some are probably great, but generically, these are reactive tours. You want to go, they already have it planned. They just plug you in.
Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing custom about it. This is, you're following their script and learning about Costa Rica. And I would rather figure out what I want from life and what I want out of Costa Rica and then go explore and try to find that for myself.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there are also though, I mean, there are also people that will like purely consult with you and help you find those things. I mean, de facto, we're that. So consultants is a
Sure.
big part of that too, right?
Yeah, there are a lot there are a few. There are a handful of consultants out there who will work with you like we do. We do a 124-point questionnaire, and we hop on Zoom, and we really get to know who you are. And, there are consultants who will do this and help you figure out, one, is Costa Rica the right place for you, but two, like where do you want to look at? Where do you want to consider moving? Do you need to be near schools because you have kids? Do you need to be near healthcare? Do you want to be at the beach? Do you love heat and sun and want to be at the beach, or do you want cool and chill and want to be in Central Valley? Do you want to be close
Yeah.
to stores? So people who will, like us, who will really help you think through all of your needs and then build kind of a plan of attack from there.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that that's really what if we could push one idea on you, again, we're not trying to poo-poo the other buckets,
Right.
the tours or the seminars, but you're seeing Costa Rica through their eyes. And as you said, and I hadn't thought about it this way, we don't want you to see it through anyone else's eyes but your own. The big difference, I think, is that most of these people make their money by then taking you on those tours. So
Right.
you're going to be, and for some, they need that from a comfort level. They want someone that can interpret for them, that can drive for them. That they don't want to have to like get out their WhatsApp, and they don't want to have to flounder in crappy
Right.
Spanish. They want a guide.
Yep.
That's great. That's
Great.
not the service that we offer. Let's talk a little bit about what we do at your Pura Vida Explorer program. Um, just because I think this is our opportunity to pitch ourselves, but also it is important for people to think through: do I want a guide, or do I want to
Uh-huh.
do this on my own?
Yeah. 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 Like I said, we start by really getting to know you. You're not just a person sitting in a ballroom or going on a tour. You are a living, breathing human being with potentially a family, kids, and we want to help you kind of figure out everything that needs to be determined before you consider moving to Costa Rica. And we might also try to talk you out of moving to Costa Rica. If you have unrealistic expectations about Costa Rica, we don't want you to get down here and be miserable. We want you to really
Yeah,
enjoy it. So we start with that, just really deep dive into getting to know you.
yeah, and part of that getting to know is doing a lot of devil's advocate. I think with
Mhm.
a lot of our competitors or a lot of people that are in this industry, and they have a vested interest in trying to get you to go where they
Mhm.
are or do what they're doing. We have zero vested interest in where you think. Our vested interest is this right for you? So we might devil's advocate what you're thinking. You might say, I really want to live on the beach. I'm so drawn by the beach, and I want to live this isolated life. My kid has very specific dietary needs and needs to go to an English speaking school. Well, beach dietary needs school may not a life create. That might not be possible in that triad. So part of this is for us is to help think through alternatives, and we want to give you scenarios that are really about looking at the holistic you. And how does that holistic you come together? We're not here to push anything. But if you say, my faith is very important to me, well, let's find that faith community. That faith community might not be all over. Or I really don't like to drive. Okay, that might limit where you live as well. So we really believe that the more you know and the more you've zeroed in, the more you can then do those concentric circles of trying to find the right community. So what do we give you then? We put you in contact with who you want to know. We'll put you in contact with realtors that can show you places if that's what you're interested in. We'll put you in contact with faith leaders. We'll put you in contact with restaurants in the area. We'll put you in contact with places to stay in the area, but let you then explore. If it's local to us and you say, hey, come meet us for a coffee, sure. But that's not our goal. Our goal is not to sell you on something.
And if you do want a guide or a driver to take you around to these places, we can set you up with that as well.
Sure.
We're working for you to make sure that you truly see what life is like in Costa Rica and not some, blog post about it or some, idealized version
Seminar.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, there are some of you that are watching this that a seminar is the right way to go. You want to sit down, you want to be able to spend the time, you don't want to have to put a lot of personal, like you want to be led and you don't want to lead. And that is not a criticism at all. I have several friends that do a lot of work around seminars in the country, as does Aaron. And there's a reason that people come to their seminars. And fantastic. We believe that the more you think through things before you come down to look, the more that you are seeing the Costa Rica that you might adapt to, and not just something from a bus window or
Right.
so. Aaron, you made a really good point before we started, though, and about regardless who you go through, intention.
Yeah, look, Patrick and I in your Pure Vida are working for you. We're not here to make money off of every little transaction. There's so many of these companies will get a kickback from the immigration attorney or from the house or from the car deal or from, et cetera, the hotel that you're staying at. We are unbiased. We're not going to send you somewhere that we think doesn't align with your values and your goals. We're working for you specifically, and we want you to see the true life that you could have in Costa Rica. If you do decide to go with a tour or a seminar, which is fine, just be questioning their profit motive in the back of your head to make sure that they're not trying to sell you something that you don't necessarily need.
Yeah, rule of thumb, and this is just a bias that Aaron and I both have. You do not need to be talking residency before you move here. You do not need a residency attorney unless there's a very specific reason why you do. 90 plus 95% plus of people that come to Costa Rica do not need residency when they first move here. Same thing with buying a house. Figure out what you want, figure out why you want it and where you're going to thrive, and don't
Yeah.
listen to other people telling you, oh, this is the right place, this is the right place because this is the best grocery store in Costa Rica. Well, I can guarantee you that wherever they say is the best grocery store in Costa Rica, it's not.
Right.
It's
For
that
you.
person's right. It's that person's personal preference.
Right.
So you have to come. You have to have your boots on the ground.
Yeah.
Don't just move here and hope. I got an email today. I haven't even told you about this, Aaron. I got an email today from a woman who said, "I am coming. I'm a pensioner. I'm at this age, and I'm coming down in 3 weeks, and I want to live in the expat community."
Uh-huh.
There is no expat community. There are lots of places where expats live. It's not
Yeah.
like we all plop into one area. And she's like, I don't want to think about it. I just want to create a life. I wish her well. I don't think she'll survive in Costa Rica. I don't think she'll thrive in Costa Rica. The people
Right.
that thrive are the people that think it through, in our
And think
opinion.
about the life that they really truly want to live.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Patrick, how do we work? How can someone who's interested in moving to Costa Rica work with us?
Sure. Well, Aaron, thank you for asking. So obviously, if you have questions that you just want to reach us via an email, it's ola@yourpuravida.com. And that's for anything. That's for these topics or other topics we've talked about. If you're very interested in our Explorer program, yourpuravida.com/links, and that gives you links to all of our items, including our Explorer program. There, you can get all the information on what we do, and you can sign up for our free consultation. That consultation is a time for us to just top line get to know you, know where you're from, what your priorities are. We'll then send you the survey. The survey, again, it's 124 questions that allows us to really explore some topics that you might not have thought about. We'll send you those top line results. And those top line results really will show you the region of Costa Rica we think makes sense for you. After that, everything else is behind a paywall. But even then, the goal of that is we want to get you starting thinking. After that, if you're like, okay, that gives me enough, we hope you then read our blogs, look at our other videos, and gain more information. That's all free. But we really hope that if you are truly thinking about moving here, we can help you think through those questions that you might not ask yourself. There is no right answer. Right. One person's right answer is someone's absolutely wrong answer. And as Aaron said, the right answer might be that Costa Rica is not right for you or not right for you at this time.
Yeah.
That's our goal, is to help you figure that out. All of our resources are there for you. There are so many resources in the country. And again, a lot of them we like. They're friends of ours. We think that what they do is great. But think through intentionally, what do you want out of scouting and figuring out this process? If we can be part of that, we would be thrilled. And regardless, we thank you so much for listening to this, and we wish you the very best in your journey. And as always, Aaron, Pura Vida.
Pura Vida.